Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Football Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, November 12th, and I'm back breaking down some more college football. We have the MACtion once again on Wednesday night. We're going to look at Eastern Michigan going up against Ohio as the play tonight. A couple player props as well. Before that, let's take a look at the plays we have on Tuesday night. We have Western Michigan plus 8.5 going up against Bowling Green. Halftime score is 17-7 in that game. Western hanging tough. They're not playing great. They're just not playing great. Bowling Green's playing well. Bowling Green's had a couple mistakes as well. So we need to play a lot better in the second half, or that game's going to get out of hand. Jalen Buckley, first two drives, had 31 yards, hasn't seen the ball since, mainly because Western Michigan's also had a couple turnovers. So not a whole lot of possessions for Western Michigan to start. And then Junior Vander Ross, over 62.5 receiving yards, has 21 in the second quarter. Toledo, looks like they might be beating up on Central Michigan. Looks like it's 21-3 right now. But a lot of game left in that one. So everything's still in play. Hopefully, we have a better second half for Western Michigan. Update leaderboard as you see right there. But let's take a look at the play for Wednesday night. More action. We have Eastern Michigan going up against Ohio, the Bobcats. Ohio's coming into this game tied at the top of the MAC conference. They really can't lose this game. If they lose this game, they're going to slide all the way down to fourth place. Eastern Michigan, they're just looking for a bowl game right now. This would be their sixth win of the season. So both these teams playing for something in this game. I do like the way that Eastern Michigan's been playing over the last couple of games. They've been very competitive, just like Western Michigan has been competitive in a lot of these games. I'm going to take the points once again. I think this is too many points for Ohio to cover because I haven't been impressed with their production offensively yet in the conference play. Eastern Michigan is coming into this game with the better numbers offensively, scoring 29.2 points per game, nearly 400 total yards of offense per game. They do a lot of things very well. They're a pretty balanced team. Rushing attacks good, passing attacks good. Cole Snyder's been doing a good job this season at quarterback, 2,000-plus yards, 11 touchdowns. I really like this Eastern Michigan team. They've been very competitive in the defensive side, and they've been average defensively. They're not horrible. They're not great. They're just average. Sometimes average can be really good in this conference. Eastern Michigan is coming into this game giving up 26.3 points defensively, less than 400 yards defensively per game. For Ohio, offensively, 26.8 points per game. They're giving up 20.7 points per game, and that defense is what they've been leaning on all season long. That's the reason that I took Ohio early in the year going up against Kentucky. I didn't think Kentucky was that good at the time. I thought Ohio might be able to beat them in that game, but Kentucky's defense and Kentucky's offense really would dominate that game against Ohio. But defensively, the Bobcats, they do basically everything great, giving up less than 110 yards on the ground, a little bit more than 200 yards through the air. Altogether, they are a top 30 defense so far in the nation. It might make things a little bit difficult for Eastern Michigan to get things going offensively, but Eastern Michigan has been able to score a lot of points over the last couple of games, especially in conference play. Both teams playing for something. I like the points. Too many points here laying for Ohio. Give me Eastern Michigan. They can give them a run for their money. I'm going to take the points as the first play. Let's go over some player props for tomorrow. We're going to start in the same game that I just broke down. We're going to look at Eastern Michigan going up against Ohio. I'm going to go with the quarterback for Ohio. Over 46.5 rushing yards as the play. Eastern Michigan, I did talk about the defense. They've been average to below average, I guess you can call them defensively. The weakest part of their team by far. But this Ohio team, they're going to be able to run the ball on them. I just don't know if Ohio's going to be able to stop Eastern Michigan. Why I'm taking the points. Eastern Michigan is giving up 176.6 yards per game on the ground. And Parker Navarro is not a guy who can throw the ball down the field. On the season, he only has 1,300 passing yards with 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, with his best game of the season having 231 yards through the air. This is definitely more of a dual-threat quarterback, and he's been showing off his speed and his legs all season long. 90 carries, nearly 600 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. This is not a very big number for him to hit. He has been running a lot per game. He's had over double-digit carries in every matchup this season besides 2 matchups, and he's gone over 40-plus yards in every matchup besides 2 matchups as well. He does have a big play capability kind of guy. He does have 2 games in conference already this season against Central Michigan and Akron, having above 100 rushing yards in both those games. He's coming off a game against Kent State, and you guys know Kent State can't play football. He had 41 yards in that game. They didn't need him. Kent State is Kent State. I mean, they could have played their third string and beat Kent State. He only ran the ball 8 times, 41 yards, 1 touchdown, didn't play the third quarter, didn't play the fourth quarter. Basically, the entire second half he didn't play. I like him in this game against Eastern Michigan. I think this is going to be a competitive matchup. He's going to use his legs. Give me his over. Total rushing yards as the play there. For the next play, we are going to be looking at Northern Illinois going up against Akron. There was a really bad injury, I thought, for Northern Illinois last game. Their standout running back, Ontario Brown, looked like he almost broke his leg in the last game. Looks like it turns out to be an ankle injury. He was the reason they beat Notre Dame this season, and I really thought NIU was going to have a fantastic year, but NIU did some MAC kind of things and lost some crazy games in the process after beating Notre Dame. So that's just what the MAC conference is. The crazy part about that injury, though, is that he got helped off the field. He got carted off, basically. Looks like he's going to be playing in this game. His player prop is out, 73 yards right now for Ontario Brown. That's why I have this projection so high at 97.5 for Telly Johnson, because last week, Telly Johnson, for NIU, after that injury, he went in there. He had 141 yards and 2 touchdowns in relief of Brown in that last game. So this is a guy who really hasn't played all season long as well. I put his number relatively high because that Akron defense has been so bad all season long at stopping the run, and that is what NIU wants to do. Akron's giving up 197.4 rushing yards per game, and NIU, they love to run the ball. That's the identity of this team. They want to run the ball every single play. If Brown is able to go, which there's a player prop out right now, I'm still going to be playing Telly Johnson here if I can find a number. What I think is most likely going to happen in this game, Brown's going to start. If Northern Illinois gets up by a couple touchdowns, which they're minus 15 tomorrow, I think they will. We're going to see Telly Johnson in on the ground. Clearly not going to be 97 rushing yards with Brown in there. Probably going to be below 50 for Johnson. I do think it's worth a look. He's coming off a great game. I think NIU might want to see what they have because, again, that was basically his first action of the season. That was this first multiple snaps, multiple carries game, and he had 140-plus yards and 2 scores. So I think NIU wants to see what he can do. I'm going to take his over total rushing yards as the final play whenever it comes out. And let's go over the recap graphic. We're going to be taking Eastern Michigan with the points, plus 10. We have Parker Navarro over 46.5 rushing yards going up against Eastern Michigan. And then Telly Johnson over his total rushing yards. Not going to be in the 90s because Brown looks like he's going to play, but I'll take this whatever it comes out at. Hopefully below 50, just with the way he played last week. I have to assume NIU has to give him double-digit touches in this game going up against that Akron rushing defense. But guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA football plays and props for Wednesday, November 13th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe down below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.